All right. You've always wanted to know what really goes on behind the scenes at SNL, right? Well, an SNL vet just spilled all the tea, and it is piping hot. We are about to get into the juiciest details, so hit that subscribe button right now and let's go.
So, former cast member Beck Bennett, he just did this huge tell-all interview, and he finally answered the big one, the question everyone wants to know, with over 150 different celebrity hosts. Who was the absolute, hands-down, worst to ever work with?
I know what you're thinking. Come on, the obvious answer. It's got to be this guy, right? I mean, when Donald Trump hosted back in 2015, it was a whole thing, a huge deal. But what if I told you the real winner isn't him at all? Not even close.
Okay, so let's start with the obvious suspect here. According to Bennett, the week Trump was there, it was rough, like really rough. He said the cast was just upset, and by the time the week was over, everyone was totally exhausted and felt, his words, kind of sick. Yikes. Not exactly a 5-star review.
So, Bennett broke it down into basically 3 big sins. Sin number 1, Trump apparently couldn't really read the scripts very well. 2, there was this super weird phone call situation. And 3, he absolutely hated getting notes or being corrected by the professional writers. Okay, so get this. The weirdest moment happened during a table read. Trump literally stops the whole thing to take a phone call, and it sounds like bad news. So Leslie Jones, trying to be cool and break the tension, cracks a joke. And Trump's response? He just looks up, deadpan, and says he just found out his book hit number 1. Yeah, the room was not buying it. Awkward. But here's the thing. Ultimately, Bennett said Trump wasn't, actively trying to be a jerk. He was just kind of there. His exact words were loafing around. Just a totally draining presence, for sure, but maybe not the monster you might have expected. So that's it, right? Case closed. Trump was the worst. Wrong. Not even close. Because the real host from hell was someone completely different.
Yeah, according to Beck Bennett, there was one host who was so much worse. The real villain of this whole story, it's Elon Musk.
I'm not kidding. Bennett said it point blank. Musk's week was, and I quote, a lot more offensive. Just let that sink in for a second. More offensive than Trump's. That's a huge claim to make.
So why? What made him so much worse? Well, for starters, Musk was apparently rude, totally unpredictable, and get this, he thought he knew more about comedy than a room full of professional comedians. He would just ignore their ideas, and his own feedback was so harsh that it literally made some cast members cry.
And really, it all boiled down to this one key difference. Trump, for all his drama, would pretty much do what he was told. Musk, though, he actively fought the writers. He was completely convinced that he was the funniest guy in the room. I mean, that is a recipe for an absolute disaster. Okay, wow, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's switch gears and do a quick bonus round. We've got some way lighter and honestly much weirder stories from Beck Bennett's time on SNL.
So who was the best host? Larry David. Yep. Bennett said he was just hilarious, constantly doing bits and fit right in with the cast. Pretty good.
And now for maybe the single weirdest fan an SNL actor could possibly have. Are you ready for this? Vladimir Putin. No, I'm serious. The creator of SNL, Lorne Michaels, told Bennett that Russian state TV would play his shirtless Putin impression all the time. Why? Because Putin apparently loved that it made Trump look like his puppet. You can't make this stuff up. So, after 8 seasons of dealing with nightmare hosts and getting bizarre compliments from dictators, you kind of gotta wonder, why did Beck Bennett just walk away from it all?
I mean, 8 years is a long time. By the end of his run, he had more screen time than anyone else in the cast. He was at the absolute peak of his game. And the reason was actually really simple and really sweet. He and his wife were having their first baby. It was just time to be a dad. And apparently, even a big offer from Lorne Michaels himself couldn't get him to stay. Family came first. You gotta respect that. So after all that, I've gotta ask you, were you surprised that the answer was Elon Musk? Be honest. And who's the most surprising host, good or bad, that you've ever seen on SNL?
Drop your answers down in the comments below. And hey, if you had fun with this little SNL deep dive, do me a favor and hit that like button and definitely subscribe for more explainers just like this one. Thanks for hanging out.